Bayfront. I'm honored to be standing with you today and with 200 other Defend the Dream events happening around the country. We are part of the tens of thousands of Americans who are standing in solidarity with the protesters in Wisconsin. And before we get started, there's two things that I want to tell you. First, I would like us to remain quiet for at least 60 seconds in memory of the people, of the Japanese people who have died in the earthquake and in the tsunami. The second thing that I want to tell you is that I hope all of you can donate to the workers in Wisconsin, because they are organizing to recall the Republican legislators who voted to take their rights away. You can donate by texting the word GIVE to 202-656-7970. We're here today to urge Democrats and Congress, and specifically Senator Nelson, to defend the American dream from the massive attacks on workers' rights by Republicans, both in states and in Washington, D.C. Last week, Wisconsin Republicans ran through the attack on workers' rights in a shocking power grab, and Congress is forced to strike a horrible deal on the federal budget, getting healthcare environmental protection, and housing assistance jobs. The recently proposed Republican budget, if enacted, would mean firing 65,000 teachers, killing 700,000 jobs, and sending 10,000 veterans into homelessness. And that's just the beginning. Republicans don't want folks to know it, but their budget will cut critical funding for dozens of programs that hundreds of millions of Americans rely on. In Florida, the Republican budget will cost us approximately 38,500 jobs. Let me say that again. In the midst of a crippling recession that many people are still struggling through, Republicans are proposing a budget, and Senate Democrats and the White House may go along with it. That would lose 38,500 jobs in Florida. Education, health, and other vital community services are all on the shopping block. But Governor Scott has pledged to do away with corporate taxes, and the Supreme Court decided to treat corporations as individuals. So I ask you, should not corporations pay taxes just like every one of us?
Yes. Yes.
There is an alternative to the Republican vision of America. Instead of punishing working Americans who are already struggling, we need to defend the American dream by investing in America and making corporations and millionaires pay their fair share. At a time when millions of Americans are struggling to make ends meet, it makes no sense to make cuts that would cost us hundreds of thousands of jobs, remove teachers from already overcrowded classrooms, and much more. What do we want? We demand an end to the attack on workers' rights and public services across the country. We demand investment in creating decent jobs for millions of Americans who desperately want to work. And we demand that the super rich and powerful corporations, including Wall Street banks and big oil companies, pay their fair share. In the states and in Washington, D.C., Republicans are using the wrecked economy as an excuse to slash vital programs and hurt workers, while continuing to give tax bailouts to big corporations and millionaires. In Congress, Republicans are proposing massive cuts to education funding. They're taking police off the streets and food out of the mouth of hungry children and moms. They are destroying jobs instead of creating them, and saying, so be it. Even Goldman Sachs put out a report that admits that the Republican budget would cut economic growth in half over the next year. We cannot allow this attack on the American dream to continue. That's why we are here today, to stand up, to fight back, and defend the American dream against the right-wing assault. I'm sick of these attacks on working people, and that's why I'm signing this promise to defend the dream. And I hope everyone here will join me in signing. It reads, Dear Congress, the undersigned are committed to defending the American dream. We are standing up to say no to the attacks on workers' rights and the middle class, no to the federal budget cuts that would cost our country 700,000 jobs and cut billions of dollars in funds for public programs in our community. We say yes to defending the American dream. Sincerely, all of us. Next week, Congress is home for the March recess. We'll deliver this to let our members of Congress know exactly how important the American dream is to us. You can find the promise to defend the dream card to sign with two individuals that were signing in people here. Could you raise your hand, please? The two individuals that were signing. Okay, let's start. Thank you very much for your attention. I would like to invite Jack to speak now.